What you're telling me is... you're finally asking out Blaze?
Silver nods sheepishly.
Well, it's about time, buddy!
Sonic slaps Silver on the shoulder with a grin.
Yeah, I just thought I've fought giant monsters and traveled from the future to the past. I should be able to ask out a girl.
That's the spirit, buddy!
That's why I wondered what advice you could give me. I want this date to go as perfect as it can. I mean, how do you keep Amy coming after you time and time again, even when you don't want her to?
Well, it's hard to put into words my awesomeness. You just gotta have confidence. Be chill. Act disinterested. There's nothing that a girl hates more than being ignored. If you do that, she'll come straight to you.
Silver took out a notebook and wrote down what Sonic was saying.
I see. So if I act nonchalant and arrogant, she'll like me.
Why do you think all the Mobians are after me?
I can't argue with that. It's not like there are different types of girls out there. I'm sure they all respond the same way.
Silver put the notes away and put his fist in the air.
It's time to be awesome!
Silver boosted out of Sonic's house and headed back to his. Sonic was left looking proud of himself and crossed his arms with style. Silver makes it to his room and starts practicing in the mirror.
Hey there, beautiful.
He made his fingers into a gun.
I'm going out tonight, but I bet you couldn't keep up.
Silver, who are you talking to? At first he is startled and embarrassed, but then his demeanor shifts back to the one in the mirror.
Talking to you, of course.
Silver approaches her, and she takes a step back, uncomfortable.
I was just preparing to ask you on a date, but if you can't handle that, I totally understand.
What? What are you talking about? Why are you talking like that? He puts his finger on her lips, and her eyes widen in shock. She then slaps his hand away. Silver! What has gotten into you? You're acting strange. Are you sick? She put her hand on his forehead to feel for a fever, but he lowered her hand and held it between them.
I'm completely fine. Relax. Let's go get something to eat.
Blaze pulls away and hesitates, but then speaks up. I think you need to set your brain straight first. I'll see you later.
Wait. I was just joking around. I never asked a girl out before. I didn't know how. Please give me another chance. I have this great spot picked out.
That's all this is about? All you had to do was ask normally, Silver. It doesn't matter how you do it as long as you are yourself. Silver blushes a bit.
Yeah, I'm still figuring this whole thing out, but there's no one I'd rather figure it out with.
Silver smiles and leads Blaze out the door. They then head towards a fancy restaurant in town. The two head in and take their seats. You really did choose a nice place. Are you sure you can afford it? Right before Silver could answer, a waiter comes over and bumps into his side.
Huh?
Silver looks back at the waiter as he runs off. Once the mysterious employee is out of view, he hears a voice in his ear.
Hey, Silver!
Ah!
Are you okay?
Dude, don't be so obvious. Just act natural.
Silver stiffens but tries to smile it off to Blaze.
It's Sonic. When I bumped into you, I gave you an earpiece. This way, I can give you live advice and make sure this day goes well.
Silver is unsure about this, but keeps the earpiece in.
Now, answer her original question.
Yeah, I've been saving up by doing small in-town missions. The civilians really tip a lot.
Lame! Make yourself sound cool!
I thought saving people was cool.
Huh?
I mean, saving people is so cool. Maybe I'll even save you sometime.
Silver winks at her as he reverts to the way he acted earlier. Blaze eyes him annoyed. Yeah, as if I wouldn't be the one saving your butt first.
Mayday! Mayday! She's got independence!
Silver looks back towards Sonic, who is peeking out from a table in a waiter costume, and throws him a glare. Sonic then quickly hides again.
Yeah, you were always the strong one, Blaze.
Her cheeks warm up. Aw, thank you, Silver. I couldn't do it without you, though. The two finally start to have a moment when another waiter comes to their table.
Tails? I didn't know you work here.
Yeah, I just thought I would try something new. I'm totally not spying on anyone.
The two look at him confused.
Anyway, what would you find people like to order?
I'll have the seared salmon, please. Tails writes it down, then looks to Silver expectantly, but he is still staring at him in shock. Silver, what are you getting?
Oh, I'll just have what she's having.
But you hate salmon.
Salmon? I mean, yes, that's what I want, please.
Okay then, I'll be right out with your orders in a bit.
Tails takes the menus and goes by Silver on the opposite side. He then brushes his hand past his ear.
Sorry, sir, you have something in your quills.
Blaze looks at Silver confused, but tries to remain positive. She reminds herself that he's just nervous. If you change your mind about the salmon, we can always order something else, and I'll even pay for the replacement dish.
No, I want to try new things, but thank you.
Is this thing on?
Ah!
Silver, stop shouting! This is a nice place!
Sorry, it's just...
Hey, this is Tails. I gave you an earpiece when I went by. I'm here to make sure your date goes smoothly. Play off that yell as if the weather outside is concerning you. And make sure you sound knowledgeable. If you act smart, that will surely impress her.
The weather...
Blaze raises an eyebrow. What?
The weather outside is 20 degrees too warm, and it keeps elevating. If it isn't the optimal temperature, then you may get a sunburn on the way home. I am simply looking out for your delicate fur.
Good job! There's no way she won't be into that vocabulary.
I know you're concerned about me, but I'll be fine. I create fireballs that are 10 times hotter than that. A little sunshine isn't going to faze me. Silver looks uneasy.
Of course, I knew that, but that doesn't mean it won't be a nuisance.
Right.
Ooh, I got it. Tell her a fun fact. Girls love intelligent guys.
Hey Blaze, did you know the lyrebird can mimic almost any sounds it hears, including chainsaws?
Dude, stop telling stupid facts! Be cool! Be Sonic!
I mean, that's why we are going to use some chainsaws later.
What is going on with you? Blaze is about to burst when a new waiter comes with their food.
Here you go.
The waiter puts down their plates while Silver just stares at him.
Knuckles? You too?
Seared salmon for 2.
Knuckles smiles and bows gentlemanly in his uniform. As he walks off, Silver eyes him suspiciously.
Here, sir. A gift.
Knuckles drops an earpiece into Silver's hand and walks off.
Hey, don't do that to me. I don't want this.
I knew you wouldn't want the salmon. Why didn't you just say so earlier?
It's not that. It's
Give her another fact.
bats are the only mammal that can actually fly.
Wait, what about Tails and Cream?
Silver, stop acting like that. She's gonna catch on if you keep sounding smart.
Yeah, I was just testing you. Gotta make sure your brain still works, you know.
Hey! Stop insulting and underestimating me!
Bro, just ask her to the gym already.
Silver jumps at the new voice, but answers in a gruff voice.
Wanna go bench press with me?
Blaze clenches her fist. That's it! You have been acting weird all day, and it keeps getting worse. I am tired of this foolishness. Come find me when you learn how to act properly. Blaze turns and leaves the room, with Silver extending a hand towards her in regret.
No!
Silver stares into his lap in despair.
Hey, if you don't want that salmon, can I have it?
Get out of my head!
He pulls the earpieces out and throws them onto the table.
I should have never followed their advice.
Silver sits in silence for a moment, wallowing in self-pity. Then Knuckles comes back.
You still have to pay, you know.
Silver angrily throws the money towards him.
At least I won't have to eat this terrible salmon.
Yes!
Silver glumly gets up and trudges out of the building, with Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic looking at him concerned. Once Silver is outside, he stops suddenly. Blaze is sitting in the distance by a tree.
She hasn't completely left yet?
Silver thinks for a moment, and then is overcome with the drive to make things right. He begins running towards her and doesn't let anything hold him back. When he finally reaches her, he stops in front, and she looks up to him with disappointment. Who is it this time? Mr. Cool, Mr. Faxalot, or Mr. Skip Leg Day?
Blaze, I need to tell you the truth. I've had some advice before I asked you on that date.
Blaze looks up at him with a softer expression. It was all starting to make sense now.
I just wanted this date to go perfect, and my friends obviously did too. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were giving me advice during our date, but none of it worked. I guess I just didn't take their advice correctly. They have all had success with it, so why couldn't I?
Blaze looks at Silver's crumbling form and approaches. That's because how they act works for them, but that doesn't mean it works for you. Besides, I don't like Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. I like you, Silver. Silver looks up with tears in his eyes and smiles. You don't have to be confident, a genius, or the strongest. Just being yourself is what I admire. And I wouldn't have it any other way. The two smile at each other sweetly and hug. The sky seems to light up as if their embrace is fueling the nature around them. After a dramatic moment, they part. Now then, why don't we finish our date? You still have a seared salmon to eat. Also, I have 3 particular boys that I need to beat up once we get there. Blaze pounded her fist into her hand as she stared angrily towards the restaurant. But when Silver stepped in front of her, she couldn't help but smile.